Hey, what's going on to all of my Capricorns out there? So let's get into it. Actually, I have to turn off the light behind me, but it's not so bad. Yeah. So the cards that I have are the King of Cups, the Two of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Wands, Queen of Wands, the Tower, excuse me, Three of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands. So, what I'm seeing here for a lot of you Capricorns, right, is I'm seeing how a lot of you Capricorns right now, the King of Cups, the Two of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. What's up, kitty? How you doing? But that's my cat. But what I'm seeing here is that I'm honestly saying that a lot of you Capricorns are a little bit guarded, but you will be moving forward, right? You Capricorns deserve credit because you are striving to move forward with your lives. Despite what happens to you, you are striving to actually have some form of healthy relationship between yourself and another person, of course. And that's very good for a lot of you Capricorns. And like I said before, I commend you and I respect you highly for that because, you know, not a lot of people really strive to do that. You know, a lot of people strive to have things only going their way. And you know, shout outs to Carter Sear for this. But Carter was talking about codependency. And unfortunately, that's the kind of situation that a lot of us have today. Part of what keeps people really trapped in dysfunctional relationships is dealing with those said codependency issues. You know, a lot of people need to deal with what exactly directly is it about themselves that is sticking with and to someone that does not want that actively does things to stunt their growth. You know, why are they gravitating towards those people? And for you Capricorns striving to be above that and go beyond that, even though you've been through a certain amount of difficulty, I think is very respectful and respectable. The Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Wands represents, now the Wheel of Fortune is Cancer, crabs, okay? But the Wheel of Fortune, which is the exact opposite sign of Capricorn, but the Wheel of Fortune is that a lot of you Capricorns honestly are just choosing to see the reality for what it is. And, you know, you're not necessarily getting affected by it, you know, in that way where it gets you to stop. You know, so the Six of Wands, right? The Six of Wands represents this being a situation for you where the Six of Wands is about, well, the Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Wands is this victory, this huge victory within yourself that no one will ever see. I'll say this, that no one will ever understand how big of a victory it is for you, because a lot of you Capricorns have chosen, to continue to move forward in your lives regardless of whatever it is that you've been through. And as a result of this, you know, you are choosing to not get so hurt. And that's how it is that you get up out of the codependency. So what we're seeing is a lot of you Capricorns are actually, you have the juice, you actually have the formula to get out of these issues that a lot of people really want to get out of, which is to understand why it is that a lot of us continue to go back to temperamental and dysfunctional and detrimental relationships. And honestly, I've been through a couple of those relationships myself too. So I have to say us, because even though I don't practice that to this day, I still go through that, right? As far as the fact that I've been through that myself. I don't practice codependency today. Once I see the type of nonsense coming around the corner, I'm like, nah, I gotta bounce. But the Queen of Wands, the Tower, and the Three of Swords are about, and I also see that a lot of you Capricorns understand that being egocentric and caught up with your ego is not necessarily going to work. It's right, because the Queen of Wands is a proud queen, but at the same time, that pride can also lead to hubris or overconfidence and the inability to understand where they went wrong. The Tower and the Three of Swords is about how you Capricorns are not the Queen of Wands, because you very much so understand where it is that you went wrong. And a lot of you Capricorns understand that what it is that you should do is that you got to heal. And I'm going to tell y'all the formula to heal. I said this before. The formula to heal is for you to essentially go back, review the relationship, and then learn to forgive yourself and to forgive the other person. And you want to do that as fast as you possibly for the future, right? When people put you through some form of drama, you want to go back and you want to do that as fast as you possibly can, so that way you won't accumulate all that baggage. Now, the Four of Pentacles and the Three of Wands represents this being a situation for you where a lot of you Capricorns also have to take into consideration that it will take some time for you to actually grow from this, but you're growing, right? You are growing from it. As long as you're learning how to let go, you're learning your lessons, you're learning where you went wrong, you're exhibiting humility in the ability to take accountability and responsibility for your part in the things that you've done in a relationship that was incorrect, that you should have did, then you should be all right. And then the thing is that then you have the but the Four of Pentacles represents that process. And then the Three of Wands represents, and then that's how it is that you'll have the ability to move forward. But if you're finding value within this reading, then it means it's time for you to come get a personal reading from me. There's a link in the comment section called the link tree. I want you to click on it. Then it'll redirect you to a website, right? For private, it'll have different social media outlets for private tarot readings, clothing, my books that I have that are on Amazon, my Instagram page, as well as my email address. So if you'd like to get a private reading from me, go directly to my website, which has the ways and, my rates in ways, and a way for you to be able to pay. And it also has my Cashapp as well as the PayPal button. But if you are not necessarily sure, you don't want to pay me through PayPal, then you can always feel free to email me, Kareemspiritworks@yahoo.com. So, yeah. So, with that being said, let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune. So, to clarify, the Justice, the World, which is Capricorn, okay, the Page of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles, right? So, again, the Justice, the World does represent Capricorn, so you showed up. And to clarify it for Wheel of Fortune, which is Cancer, which is your opposite sign. So these two energies here are at play. The correspondence, how these things play, right? And the Justice and the World represents, to clarify the Wheel of Fortune, this is about your existence, Capricorn, and this is about how you want to play things. How do you want to conduct yourself? And that you Capricorns have to remember that you have the power on how it is that you exist here, right now, and for the future in this world, right? You don't have to be in a dysfunctional relationship if you don't want to, right? It's literally by choice. If you don't want to be in a dysfunctional relationship, right, then you have to understand what dysfunction looks like. And this is, see, the reason why it is that I say that, it's up to you to make a decision is because every zodiac sign who I'm reading for has to take what it is that I'm saying outside of the YouTube space and actually do their own personal research. And that's how it is that they get the real gem of it, and they actually have to apply this. the Page of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles represents this being a situation for you as well, where the Page of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles is about how you, just because you step yourself up, you step your game up, and you start becoming more successful and you start becoming more healthy, does not mean that, you're going to only attract people who are healthy. It doesn't work like that. You still will attract people who are dysfunctional. But the only difference is that my cat scratched all on my arm and stuff like this. But the only difference is that you'll be able to understand when dysfunction is coming enough to actually, walk away from those types of people, because you know that who you are, that's not them. You're not them anymore. You're not in their same position anymore. You've grown. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. That's it. Subscribe. Peace.